Oh my, Blaze is freezing to death. Blaze, what do you, no. How about no. Okay, all right. Blaze, I mean, I know I'm like ready to be done with you and stuff, but we need to get Oahu like old enough to be on his own before you die. So maybe don't die. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Heathwyn and we are back today for some more of the Elemental Legacy. As a reminder, this is a legacy challenge that I do stream on my Twitch channel. Links to that will be down below, as well as the rules for this challenge. So this is an edited down version of that Twitch VOD, so things might look a little bit different, feel a little bit different than some of my other videos around here. We are completely done with the fire gen, but Oahu, who is our water gen, is still a child. So we're not quite ready to move on into the water gen just yet. So my hope is that we can get all of that done today, and next episode Oahu will be on his own and we will be starting off with the water gen because I am ready to move on. In our last episode, Blaze was continuing to run their restaurant and they were interacting with Oahu a little bit more. But the big surprise that came to us in the last episode was learning that Akira, who was Blaze's previous partner and is Oahu's father, has remarried. He popped into the restaurant, caused a little bit of drama, and the question that I think we are all wondering is, will Oahu ever get to know his father? At what point, if at any point, does Akira come into his life? Let's get into our game and find out if anything like that is going to happen today. So it is Harvest Fest. We've got gnomes about. All right, so Blaze and Oahu are playing some chess together. Blaze is actually giving Oahu a little bit of attention. He does need to play 3 games of chess and read with an adult for 2 hours. So it's Harvest Fest. He's home from school. Blaze is not opening the restaurant because it's a holiday. So they're going to actually try to spend some time together. Who knows how that will go. So Blaze is reading Oahu a story. It is storming. He's feeling a little bit scared of that, which, I mean, kids are often afraid of thunderstorms. So Blaze is reading to him, trying to kind of calm him down a little bit. Why are you guys outside in the rain? What are you doing? All right, so Oahu's actually gone up to Blaze for some parenting advice, which could be a little dangerous, let's be honest. And he said, I got a present that I think is dumb. I want to trade it with a friend or give it back. Can I do that? And honestly, I think Blaze would be like, yeah, give it to somebody else. Blaze isn't gonna care. Blaze doesn't have a high regard for other people's feelings. Okay, and you guys decided to go outside in a thunderstorm, and now Blaze has developed the fear of the dark. Okay, Oahu has a positive sentiment now with Blaze because Blaze gave him some friendly advice, but Blaze still has a festering grudge against Oahu. All right, we have noisy neighbors again. So Blaze is gonna come over here and pound on the door and yell at people because sleep. Okay, we've moved on. So Harvest Fest is done and Oahu has school today. He still needs to play one more game of chess and finish up that. And then once he goes to school, we're going to send Blaze off to the restaurant because they have 182 simoleons and they need some more money. So that would be good. Jasminder has come to the restaurant. We don't like Jasminder, but they're here. That's fine. We're not going to welcome her to the table though. Oh hey, Oahu's now a B student. Let's bring him to the restaurant. He can come here and... You know what I was gonna do? We've got enough restaurant money. I was gonna put like a little chess table here so he can like play chess. Let's put a little chess table out here and we can have Oahu play chess. Maybe he'll play chess with like some random people who show up. Maybe we'll put it over here on this side. Now Oahu can come and play chess. Can we just pick like a random person for him to play chess with? Maybe not somebody who's working for us. No, just come play chess. Or actually do your homework first. Do your homework. Okay, why don't you play chess with, let's see, maybe not anybody working in the restaurant, but maybe these guys are both named Naoki Ito. How about this Naoki Ito you can play chess with until he gets his food, then he'll have to go eat. But there we go. We can get in that one more game of chess for So now Oahu needs to reach level 5 of the mental skill and finish his homework 2 times while focused. He also is going to need to eat and take a shower. Everybody seems to actually be doing their job today, which is good. Bella's actually serving people. Julia's getting people seated. Ava is cooking. I am a little worried about how much longer we're going to have with Ava. Ava's an elder, so we may be running out of time with Ava. We will have to see. Oh, that's kind of nice. Sarah like saw him out here all by himself and came out and was like, hey, I just wanted to check on you, see if you're okay. I've got some clay here. And he's like, I'm just playing chess. Oh, is Sarah gonna join him? That was kind of nice of her to come in and sit down and join him. Okay, Julia Wright is starting to get tired. Okay, people are starting to get tired. So maybe we should disallow new customers and close the restaurant for the day. Blaze is apparently tired too and is like, well, I'm the owner, so I'm just gonna lay down and nap right here. I don't really care about anybody else. Maybe we just need to close since Bella's not doing her job anymore. Okay, let's just close. We'll head home with Oahu. He's done his homework. So Blaze wants to rile a sim up. So they're gonna get after Oahu. Maybe he was in the, like, they weren't happy because he didn't come into the restaurant when he was there. He just sat outside and played chess and did his homework outside, which, you know, normally you would think would be fine, but Blaze kind of finds a lot of reasons to kind of get after Oahu and points out a lot of his flaws, which isn't what any child needs from a parent. But it is what Blaze tends to do to Oahu, and it definitely has a very negative impact on their relationship. Like, he's feeling really angry right now from the way that, and maybe he can take a cold shower and kind of calm down. Now he's feeling hurt. Oahu feels wronged by Blaze. So he wants to take a cold shower and calm down because he really does want to kind of do things opposite from his parent. You know, Blaze spends a lot of time angry and like yelling at people, and Oahu doesn't want that. He doesn't like feeling angry, so he wants to calm down because he doesn't like that feeling. He doesn't want that part of his parent kind of coming out in himself. So he is going to take a cold shower to try to calm down from the way he's been feeling after Blaze spoke to him so harshly. Blaze, meanwhile, is very confident from conquering their fear of the dark and feeling happy. Their joyful mean-spiritedness. Mean Sims delight in being nasty to others. Blaze is such a treat, aren't they? He's over here doing sit-ups in the kitchen. That's gotta hurt, bud. That's like tile. You're focused right now, so can you... Where's your homework? Oh, you're doing your... Oh, look at you over here doing your extra credit work. What a good kid. He's such a good kid. What's really sad is that even though they have a lot of negative sentiments and Blaze just kind of gets after Oahu a lot, he still like goes and seeks them out and tries to like be in their company. He's still like really looking for that interaction with a parent, and he's not getting it at all from Blaze. Who are you? No, I don't know who you are, so I'm not gonna come over to your house. What's interesting though is Akira hasn't been like nonstop calling Blaze since he came to the restaurant with his new spouse and stepchild. We have not been getting like nonstop calls from Akira like we were before. And actually, maybe we should check neighborhood stories and just see if anything has developed between them. Oh, okay, I spoke too soon. Akira has now called. Guess who got promoted? I got promoted. Want to celebrate with me? Should we have Blaze go visit Akira and bring Oahu? Like, maybe Blaze goes and brings Oahu with them because they're still feeling kind of sore and upset by him showing up at the restaurant with the new wife and stepchild. So what if Blaze goes and brings Oahu, and this is like their kind of twisted way of getting back at that surprise by being like, oh, here, surprise, here's your kid. And maybe this is how Akira and Oahu actually get to meet and get to know each other. I kind of want to do that. So let's say yes and bring Oahu, because while Akira has some very toxic traits and is acting in some questionable, not so awesome ways towards Blaze, he is very family oriented, and I do think he would be a good father potentially. And plus, I think Oahu has the right to know that this is his parent. All right, so we're gonna have Blaze come up to Akira and ask him, like, and be like, so guess what? This is your son. This is Oahu. He's your kid. And Akira's took that pretty well. He said, I like Oahu. He's pretty cool. So now Oahu has met his father. I guess he can throw some confetti. He's gonna be excited. Woo! And he's now trying to get to know his father a little bit more. Met his father for the first time, and there's some awkward moments between them, but they are going to try to get to know each other a little bit. So he's gonna ask Akira a little bit about himself. Then he's gonna tell Akira about how school's going. He's like, you know, I'm getting B's now. I'm working really hard doing extra credit work. So I'm hoping to be able to start to get A's really soon. You know, maybe sometime after school I could spend time with you. I usually just go to the restaurant, but that can be kind of lonely. So maybe sometime we can do something together. And Akira's like, yeah, we could go to the park and play catch, or, you know, do something like that. Because remember, Oahu is also an active sim. So going to the park and doing something active with Akira is something that he would be open for with him. What is Blaze doing? Blaze is in here using the computer. All right, we'll go to our restaurant. We've left. Oahu is still at Akira's, kind of working on developing that relationship with his father. And Blaze is like, all right, I'm done with this. I need to go run my restaurant, and has left them and gone to the restaurant to do that for the day. And Ava is still with us. We have not yet lost Ava. At some point, pretty sure that's going to happen, but not yet. We're not there yet. Okay, it's getting late. Blaze is getting hungry. We're going to close the restaurant, which is good because a werewolf just showed up and bad things were gonna happen from that. Okay, Blaze just woke up and like came over and like yelled at Oahu, which, like, you just woke up. He was not doing anything for you to yell at him about. So Blaze is again yelling at Oahu. He feels hurt by Blaze. You think you want to go and play? You're not gonna get to do that. You are gonna have to wait here while I run the restaurant. And Oahu's like, why do I have to do that? Why can't I go see my father? And she's like, oh, you think he's gonna take care of you? You think he's gonna be interested in your life? He hasn't been so far. I've done everything. And Oahu, I think, is kind of like, yeah, what have you actually done? So now they're fighting with each other. Oahu's kind of starting to dish it back because Blaze is just yelling at him for no reason. He's feeling angry from the aggravating conversation, and also because he still feels upset from being hurt by someone nearby. Sometimes Oahu can barely think straight when he's around a sim who has caused him pain. Oahu hasn't done anything to, like, other than just exist, so he has Blaze has no reason to be mean to him. All right, maybe we can have him... Okay, he has to finish his homework one more time while focused, but he's done everything he needs to do. I think he's gonna leave and come down here and play some basketball. He's gonna practice dribbling a little bit. Oh, he called Akira. So he was so upset after Blaze yelled at him, he actually called Akira. Now that Akira's in his life, he is maybe gonna start spending more time with him. And when Blaze is just kind of irrationally mean to him, he may start turning more and more to Akira. Meanwhile, Blaze is gonna come and eat cupcakes, ignoring their child outside and just gonna eat some cupcakes. All right, let's open. Oh, we have a little... I think Ava finally died. Ava died and we need to hire a new chef. All right, how about, let's see if we can hire Rami Watson. She has the best cooking skill, and we're replacing Ava, who had like a full cooking skill. All right, let's hire Rami, and then, oh, Bella is only making, let's give Bella a raise. We'll promote Bella. Okay, so Rami is now the chef. So we'll see how that goes. She has a lot to live up to because Ava was kind of a rock star. And we lost Ava. Ava has now, I'm assuming Ava's died because Ava's not. Yep, Ava's now dead. I love how Blaze had like no relationship with Ava. Ava has been Blaze's chef like the entire time, and yet there is no relationship at all. So a new chef in the restaurant. We'll see how that goes. Blaze apparently didn't eat or take it. Oh my gosh, Blaze, honestly. Well, since there's nobody here, maybe we'll have Blaze is gonna eat at their own restaurant. Oh, Blaze called and talked to Akira. Maybe they were talking about Oahu. And maybe Blaze has kind of relinquished a little bit on their standpoint of like kind of keeping Oahu away from Akira and decided that maybe they do need to have some interaction with each other. This is kind of funny. I've got Blaze like requesting a table in their own restaurant because they're hungry. Now Akira has shown up. It would have been really interesting if Akira had shown up to the restaurant and like brought Oahu with him. What if we bring Oahu here and maybe we can have him come and play chess with Akira while Akira waits for his table, and then they can have that chance to kind of talk and get to know each other. Oahu's feeling dazed. He's an introvert and he's had some socialization. So maybe even though things have gone well with Akira and getting to know him, Oahu still needs like some time to kind of separate things from him a little bit. Oh, and Rami needs more training. We'll have to send Rami for training as well. But he still needs that space to kind of recover and recharge. I'm sure it was like a lot for him to discover and to meet his father. And he's doing really well with it and he's trying really hard. But he's just a kid and it's probably really overwhelming. And Akira, we know Akira can be a little much, so maybe Akira has been a little bit too pushy and has made Oahu feel a little bit uncomfortable and has kind of like given him that need to kind of feel like he needs to recharge some. He's feeling like the talking is draining him. So he's trying to develop that relationship with his father, but also it's a lot to take in. Oh, the meals are not looking good. Uh-oh. So we're definitely going to have to send Rami off for some training, but we'll wait towards the end of the shift because it seems like whenever I sent Ava off for training and told her she was going to go have training, it like broke Bella and then like Bella stopped doing her job. So we'll have to do that like towards the end of things. This is the longest game of chess ever. They've been out here for hours playing chess. Oh no, the critic is here. This isn't gonna go well. Maybe we need to close before the critic actually gets a chance to... Alright, let's pay for Rami to have some training. Let's tell her she's gonna have some training, and then we're gonna close the restaurant. We're closing early. We don't want the critic to give a bad review, so we're closing early. Oahu has had such a, like, toxic parents. Granted, he hasn't had like a lot of interaction with Akira, but Akira definitely has some of his own issues and some issues with Blaze and like some unresolved things that it's like, how is this kid gonna actually like cope and exist in the real world? Like, how is this even gonna work for him? Because he's just had, like, he hasn't had any good experiences. He's just gonna kind of have to figure everything out on his own, which is sad. Today, the principal is visiting Oahu's class. Everyone is to be on their best behavior and not interrupt the lesson. Unfortunately, the kid sitting behind him decided to pelt him with something. Should he ignore it or ask the kid to stop? I think he's going to ask the kid to stop. Oahu scribbles a note and passes it back to the kid. Stop it or I'll tell. The kid wads up the paper and fires it at Oahu, but it misses and rolls up to the teacher's feet. For once, somebody else gets in trouble and Oahu gets off scot-free. I mean, that's good for Oahu that he didn't get in trouble for something he didn't do. He certainly gets enough trouble at home for things he didn't do, so I'm glad that he avoided that. Oh my, Blaze is freezing to death! Blaze! What are you— No! How about we— No. Okay, alright. Blaze. I mean, I know I'm like ready to be done with you and stuff, but we need to get Oahu like old enough to be on his own before you die. So maybe don't die. Okay, let's get welcoming people. Hopefully, how is how are we doing here? Okay, Rami's up to level 4 of the gourmet cooking skill, so that's good. Okay, so everybody's at 4 stars because they're having good service so far. So let's just see how. So we'll have to see how the food quality is coming now. You know, Bella's kind of redeemed herself. She's actually doing her job a lot better. Okay, we still need to train Rami. So we'll have to get Rami trained again. Oh no, the critic is back again. This isn't gonna go well. Oh dear. Oh, and the critic is pregnant. Okay. And Oahu is home from school. Let's bring Oahu here and have him put on some winter clothes so he doesn't freeze to death. Because that would be bad. All right, you can come ponder your moves because you need to do your homework well focused. So let's get you focused and get that homework done while Blaze is in here playing on their phone. Talk to the, where's the, oh, the critic's coming over here to play chess. Oh, and fall asleep. All right, and Oahu has now finished this part of his aspiration. So he needs to reach an A, craft 3 emotion potions, and reach level 10 of the mental skill. So he can come over here and play chess for that mental skill while Blaze is working. He's gotten his homework done, and then when he goes home, he can work on those potions. And I think when he goes to school tomorrow, he will get an A. Okay, the critic has sat down, and apparently the critic is really tired. Let's come and welcome the critic. All right, so Blaze has come over to talk to the critic, be like, it's so good to see you again. Welcome back. We have had a little bit of change in staffing, so I hope that your experience here is just as good as it always has been. And fingers crossed, she orders something that isn't too hard for Rami to make. Wait, is the critic leaving? Apparently the critic left. Okay, so the critic left, which I guess is better than a bad review? I don't know. Maybe because the critic was pregnant and they needed to have some needs met, so the critic left, I'm guessing. I mean, that's fine. You're doing better, but I really do need you to go and work more on your culinary skills. We have a certain level of quality to our meals that we need to uphold, so you need to stay with that. You have to keep with the atmosphere of the restaurant. You're doing great, but you know, a little extra training isn't going to go amiss. All right, and we can now close the restaurant. A better day today with 1,500 simoleons in profit. The day is done, and so Blaze and Oahu are going to head home. Blaze needs to eat. It's getting late. Oahu needs to go to bed. He does have to go to work, or not work, school. He needs to go to school in the morning, so he needs to sleep. Oahu is sitting with his class in assembly when the music teacher asks for a volunteer. The teacher is looking right at him, but Oahu can see how excited the kid next to him is to go up on stage. Should Oahu take the chance or send the other kid? Oahu is an introvert and doesn't really like being the center of attention, so he would definitely send the other kid. Oahu nudges his neighbor with an elbow, and the kid makes his way onto the stage. The poor kid is giving symbols and asked to improvise. What follows is a noisy, embarrassing mess that will stay with the boy for years. Yikes. So yeah, he dodged a bullet. Let's go to the restaurant. All right, Rami is doing a lot better. Rami's feeling neutral. We're gonna hold off on giving Rami a raise just yet. Now Judith Ward is out with Agatha Crumplebottom. She came out with Agnes. Now she's joined by Agatha. Oh, nice. Okay, Oahu got an A. What if we switch control to Oahu? He's home. Can we, if we do this, will Blaze keep running the restaurant? Because I want Oahu to do his emotion potions. And, okay, this does seem to still be working. Okay, so come and make your emotion potions, Oahu. Actually, maybe we'll have him invite Akira over and he can play chess with Akira while Blaze is like off at the restaurant doing the restaurant thing. And Oahu might feel a little bit better with that too, getting to interact with his father without Blaze around, because he's definitely going to have picked up on like the negative energy between Akira and Blaze, and that probably has had an impact on Oahu's own interaction with his father. So we'll have Akira come over. Wait, now Blaze, why is Blaze back? Well, that totally wasn't the way this was supposed to go. Blaze has come home now from the restaurant. which is definitely not the way this was supposed to go. Because maybe Blaze was like monitoring Oahu's phone, saw that he had called up Akira and asked Akira to come over, and Blaze didn't like that, and so Blaze came home from the restaurant early, and Jasminder Betas just wandered in. Why are you here? You're not welcome here. Leave. And come home early because they're nervous about them interacting with each other without them present. Like, even though Blaze is mad at Akira, doesn't like Akira, has had major issues and fallings out with Oahu, I think they kind of still want to be in control of the situation and be able to dictate the narrative that exists between father and son. And so they came home because they just really felt like they needed to keep an eye on whatever this was. And neither Akira or Oahu really like that. They feel like their relationship is now like under the microscope and they're being watched like very carefully. And really, they just want a chance to kind of get to know each other, and Blaze doesn't really want to let that happen. Oh, the restaurant's still open. Oops. Close the restaurant. Oh, okay, but they made 4,000 simoleons today, so even though we forgot to close the restaurant, it did really well. All right, it is Winterfest, and I think this is going to be kind of a flop Winterfest for Oahu, because Blaze isn't really going to care. And in fact, I think Blaze might even open up the restaurant today. It's Winterfest, but they're kind of like, yeah, I need to make a profit, and plus people will come in and eat because not everybody has family to be around. And Oahu's kind of like, well, what about me? And she's like, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You'll be all right. So he's not going to have a very good Winterfest. Oh, and Oahu has entered the picky eater phase. He is now a picky eater. It's good to be a picky eater. Keep all those nasty culinary concoctions away from the sim. They will prefer to eat their favorite quick meal. And this is probably because he eats so much food that's like been stuck in the refrigerator as leftovers. Blaze cooks, but doesn't really cook specifically for Oahu. They'll cook for themselves and then just put the stuff in the refrigerator, and then he's just kind of left on his own to eat whatever, which is probably what's developed this picky eaterness in him. He's like so tired of just eating like crap that he's gonna start to get really specific with what he does eat. It's Winterfest and he's eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. This poor kid. And now Blaze is like mocking him for it. He's trying so hard, and Blaze just isn't. Julia Wright is calling. Hi Blaze, Kevin Puri has asked me out on a date. Should I say yes? I think Blaze is gonna be like, you should think about it for yourself. Blaze isn't gonna give anybody romance advice. Blaze is like the last person. Since the one relationship they had, it was a situation where it was all about like trying to get as much money out of him as possible. Oh, and Blaze is sick. Blaze is feverish. Blaze is hot, like super hot, and not that good, ready for their close-up kind of way. Okay, well then they're gonna go to work anyway. All right, what if you experiment? Please don't catch anything on fire. We're gonna have him experiment. He's kind of gotten into his experimentation station. Maybe this was a gift from Akira. Blaze probably wouldn't have bought it for him, so maybe we'll say that this was from Akira. He's not going to have a very good Winterfest. He's spending the day alone. He could call up Akira, but I think he's also a little hesitant because he knows Akira has like another family, and he's afraid that if he calls up Akira, Akira will just reject him. And I mean, that kind of fear of rejection kind of makes sense with him because Blaze certainly has. So he would probably assume that Akira would as well. So he's just over here experimenting away, being the little whiz kid, totally ignoring the woohoo happening across the hallway. This kid has been exposed to a lot of stuff. Not much of it good. Oahu has just achieved his childhood dream of becoming a brilliant child. He has earned the mentally gifted trait, and he will earn skills faster. Oahu has done it. He has finished his childhood aspiration. And even though his birthday still isn't for a few more days, Blaze is gonna make a cake, because Blaze has to make a cake, because Oahu can't make a cake. And we're gonna age Oahu up into a teenager, and get him ready so that when I next play this family, we will be on the water gen and it will be water gen time. All right, let's get Oahu over here and blow out the candles and get him to be a teenager. Okay, so I want to take a real quick look at our rules for the water gen so we know what we're doing here for Oahu as he is becoming a teenager. Just kind of a quick recap of the water gen. As the water gen, you are the opposite of your parent. Because of this, you didn't really get along, which we know. But really, they didn't get along because Blaze was really mean. But also, and Oahu's tendency kind of in the opposite direction, I think, stemmed from that. You saw how hot-headed they were and you decided you did not want that for your life. You wanted to flow through life like water, which is really how Oahu has behaved as a child. All right, we already know we're basing things off of the colors of water as much as possible. So the traits are child of the ocean, active, and child of the island. As we think about our next trait for Oahu, we'll have to do either child of the ocean or child of the isles. He's gonna have the beach life aspiration. He will be in the marine biologist branch of the conservationist career. He's gonna have to live off the grid for one whole sim week, complete the career and the aspiration, master, it says active, I'm assuming that's fitness, the fitness and the logic skill, be best friends with a mermaid, so we'll have to locate a mermaid, and then locate mermatic kelp on the island and become a mermaid, but we're not going to buy it from the store. So those are the things that we're kind of looking at for Oahu. So child of the islands experience a spiritual connection to the islands. They honor the islands by partaking in their culture and summon powerful elements. And then child of the ocean is answering the call. So I think we're going to have him be a child of the ocean. He's going to move to Sulani as a teenager. And then I think it's going to be his time there on the island and being in Sulani is going to be what then makes him become a child of the Isles and become in connection with the spirits, because he'll have lived there, he'll have experienced like that way of life. And also, I think his troubled childhood and upbringing is also gonna kind of drive him in that direction as well, where he kind of is like finding this harmony with the island and the elements and nature that he was not able to find with his parent. And then his aspiration is going to be beach life. And now we have a teenage Oahu. And our teenage Oahu is going to need a makeover. But I think I'm going to wait and save that for the next stream. We will make over Oahu. We will move him out and get him off to Sulani, where he will get started with his life on the island. And he will start off living off the grid. He's going to basically run away from Blaze. His childhood was really terrible, really awful. He spent it just really being yelled at and berated and beat down the whole time. He didn't know his father until late in his childhood. And so he's going to run away and move to Sulani and live on his own. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!